Good morning, Wildcats. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to work with characterization in Chapter 3. So you will need your book today to Chapter 3. You should have already read Chapter 2 and done the activity for that last week. And in Chapter 2 we learned that Hattie was going to face some struggles when she started farming. So when I say homesteading, I'm talking about farming and actually cultivating the land. So there were some warnings from other characters and from the scenery that she saw outside the window, as well as a warning in the book Miss Simpson had given her that homesteading or farming out west was not going to be as easy as the railroad pamphlets had promised. And the railroad pamphlets were promising that farming would be really easy because the railroad companies had built track out west, which we saw in the Andrew Carnegie book. And obviously, if they're going to be successful, they need customers to buy a train ticket and to go out west. And if there's nobody moving out west and there's no one homesteading out west, there's not going to be any customers for those trains, and the train companies are going to lose money. So the train companies were really pushing people to move out west, to start a claim, to start a homestead, because then they knew that they would have a steady stream of customers going out west and purchasing train tickets, and they could make some money off of that. So if you were struggling with that answer on the homework assignment, that's really why the train companies were pushing moving out west. And some of the warning signs that she received is that those pamphlets were not truthful, that they promised farmers that they would, turn up gold instead of turnips, and they would make all this money out there, and that wasn't really the case. And there were some other warning signs in there too that some of you had picked up on as well. If you didn't pick up on some of those warning signs, you might want to go back and look at Chapter 2. So in Chapter 3, you are going to see Hattie obviously get off the train. We saw her get off the train in Chapter 2, and we're going to see her start this new life as a homesteader. And she's going to come into contact with some really important characters that are going to play a big role throughout the rest of the book. So today we are going to be talking about implicit characterization and explicit characterization, which I know that we've been talking about a lot since last fall. But I'm going to go back and do a quick review of those, and I'm going to show you how to do the activity that we are going to be working on today for Chapter 3. Okay, on Google Classroom today, you are going to see an activity that is entitled Hattie Big Sky Chapter 3 Assignment. And you should make sure that you watch this video first and do the Ed puzzle before you try to complete the assignment, or else you're going to make some mistakes in completing the assignment. Your name goes here, like usual with other assignments that I've given you recently on Google Classroom. The title of this is Hattie Big Sky Chapter 3 Assignment. It's worth 20 points. There are two activities on this assignment. You'll want to preview them both before you read the chapter. So let's do that together right now. We're going to preview them together. So activity 1 is about characterization. So we're looking at the characters and learning what we can about them. So it says, please fill the chart below. For explicit characterization, I have given you page numbers where you will find the answers. So these page numbers are listed right here for the explicit characterization portion. I have also started parts of this for you as an example. So right here you can see that I started Paralee Mueller, plain long nose, but this ... means that you need to keep going. There's lots more of information about her. Same thing with this funny character they're going to meet. He calls himself Rooster Jim. And so I started it, but there's lots more to learn about Rooster Jim on page 26. So you should make sure that you put in more information after that. For implicit characterization, that is this other column over here, you want to just pick one page. So you'll put a page number over here, just one page out of this range that I've given you. And you are going to infer, and that means guess, a trait about the character. If you are struggling to think of traits, you might want to click on this resource. So if I click on this link right here, you are going to recognize this. You had a copy of this when we were in school together. I know again that you don't probably have your binder, so I'm providing you an online link to this instead. Okay, I'm going to close this, but it's there if you need it. Now, when you are doing your implicit characterization, I started your sentences for you. So I can infer Paralee is, and then I have this ellipsis here. That means you want to fill in the trait. Okay. Because, and I want you to give me evidence. Make sure your evidence supports your trait. Don't give me something random from the book. What does she do that proves that she has that characteristic? Or what does she say that proves she has that characteristic? Be specific. Okay. So make sure you're working on being specific here and giving an actual reason why they have this characteristic. Same thing for Carl. You are not going to do that for Chase, Maddie, and Fern. We are going to get to know these three characters a lot better in the future, but right now in this chapter, there's not enough said about them. You might be able to make a stretch and make something work here, but for right now, I just blacked them out. So you do not need to do anything in this little section here that is blacked out. All right, Mr. Ebgard is another character she's going to meet, Rooster Jim, and Mr. Hanson. So you want to do inferences for those three. These are your 5 big characters in this chapter. All right, once you have done that section, you filled in their explicit traits here. Don't forget to add some for Rooster Jim and Paralee. Okay, you filled in Mr. Hanson's, and you've done your inferences. The next part is actually really easy. I'm just looking for a list of the answers here, and I'm telling you where you can find them on what page. So there's going to be something else that's going to be difficult for Hattie besides the difficulty of the conditions and the weather when farmsteading. So she also has to meet some requirements that she was unaware of. So Mr. Ebgard is going to tell her 3 requirements that she has to meet, and she has a limited amount of time to do this. So right here, I'm asking how much time does she have to do this. You're going to put your answer here. So again, you're going to name the 3 requirements Hattie must meet to keep her claim. Those will be on page 25 as 1, 2, 3 right here. You don't have to use complete sentences for this part. And then here I just need the answer for how much time does she have left to do this. Chester had started it, but she doesn't have that full amount of time anymore. Chester's passed away. He's already used some of that time. How much time does she have left to get this accomplished? Okay, that is chapter 3 assignment. You want to make sure you do that before midnight tonight. It's worth 20 points again. And I just want to remind you that if you are under the weather, if you're sick, just reach out to me and let me know so I'm not putting a 0 in for assignments that you're not doing. Or if you are having technology issues, make sure you contact me in some way, whether that be Parent Square, Student Square, email, Google Classroom comment, anything like that. Please let me know so that I can help you as soon as possible so you're not falling further behind and so you're not getting 0s for assignments. So just want to make sure that you're aware that you need to reach out to us if you are not feeling well or if you are having technology difficulties. I can't know that unless you tell me, so please make sure that you're letting us know that. Okay guys, enjoy chapter 3, and I hope that you have an awesome day, and I hope that you enjoy getting to meet these really interesting characters. I think you're going to have fun getting to know Paralee and Rooster Jim for sure. Okay, reach out to me with any questions, and I will see you tomorrow.